Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 17 of the TEW 2016 Challenge Run. No, 18, sorry. No. This is the last SmackDown of March, the second to last SmackDown before WrestleMania, and 205 Live as well. Let's just jump straight into it. We start SmackDown with Kevin Owens coming to the ring, and he explains what's been happening with him in his life. Because when we last saw him, he was obviously the heel, and now he's going to come back, and his time away, he really learned to appreciate everything that he had here. He appreciated the time he had with his family, but he couldn't just sit back and watch Daniel Bryan make a mockery of the WWE Championship, make a mockery of the WWE Universe, and he's come to more or less be the saviour of WWE and the universe. Braun himself would come out and he'd berate Kevin for being a slob, being just no good for the planet, and that he's not even as skilled as Bryan, so what makes him think he's going to be able to take the title off him at WrestleMania? And they get an intense stare down, and Owens, he would not attack Bryan, he would get in his face, sort of tease attacking him, but Rowan would sort of get in the middle of him to protect him. And then Owens would go to leave, he'd turn around, he'd kick Rowan in the midsection, and he'd hit him with a pop-up powerbomb, and just point at Rowan while looking at Bryan and be like, that'll be you. And very simple, just simple storytelling here. And then we move on to the 8-man tag team match. Rey, Andrade, Kofi and Big E get the win over Sheamus, Cesaro and the Usos. Rey pinned Sheamus with a 619. This did actually pretty good. This tag feud is actually doing better than I thought it would. Let's look at the ratings down here. Sheamus did the best. Kofi got the worst. And then we get the next segment. The babyfaces in the win, celebrating their win. It'll be Rey, Andrade, Zelina, and all three members of New Day. And then Triple H comes out, and he's like, that was impressive. Rey and Andrade, you're working well as a tag team, and I'm going to reward you, because at WrestleMania, there will be the Usos defending their SmackDown tag team titles against Rey Mysterio and Andrade, and against The Bar, and against the New Day in a fatal 4-way tag match. Crowd goes crazy because that match sounds great. And that's pretty much it for this segment. We then get the SmackDown semi-final. Kairi and Io get the win over Lana and Carmella. Io pins Carmella. Then we get Peyton Royce on the Titantron. She's talking about Kairi and Io and how they're not impressive, how they never impressed her when they were in NXT together. And she did bring up Sasha and Bayley as well and say that neither of these teams have looked any good at any point during the tournament. And when Peyton reveals her partner to the world, everyone will realise that it doesn't matter who wins this because Peyton's not going to lose the title at WrestleMania. And she's going to do it for herself, she's going to do it for Billy, and she's going to do it for everyone. Quick match, Aleister Black versus Shelton Benjamin. Did okay, just to get Aleister his first win on SmackDown after debuting last week. After the match, we'd get a phone selfie promo from The Miz on the Titantron. And he'd just be running Aleister down. He'd be sat in his house, wherever he lives, LA or wherever it is. And he's like, this is the life of a WWE superstar. You've got to live the life of luxury. You've got all the meetings I make, all the make-a-wishes I do, and all the talk shows I appear on. This is the life of the WWE superstar. This is not fitting for somebody like Aleister Black. He's a sort of emo, goth guy. He doesn't appear on talk shows. He's not outgoing, and he's not amazing like me. He's not an A-list celebrity. He'll never be in movies. and she's just running him down, saying that Alistair is a loser, and that at WrestleMania he's going to expose Alistair for the fraud that he is. And that is, he made it big in the bingo halls, but he's not going to make it big where the big boys play. Sonya and Mandy have another match. This time Sonya gets the win, just to sort of build them up for the Battle Royal, because that's where they're both going to be. Charlotte comes out, and as advertised, she explains why she did what she did at Fastlane. And she says that once she lost to Ronda Rousey fair and square, she thought for a brief second that that was her WrestleMania done with, and she would be missing this year and not doing anything of note. And then she realised who she is. She's a Flair, and she doesn't sit around waiting for opportunities to arise. She comes in and takes them. So when she saw Asuka and Nikki Cross having their match, she knew she could easily still insert herself in here where she's needed, because she's the biggest star in the women's division, and makes the match by proxy of being in it one of the top matches on the WrestleMania card. And she did Asuka and Nikki a favour by getting involved, because now more people are going to care about the match they have because there's an actual star in there. Nikki Cross would come out and get in Charlotte's face because Charlotte cost her title shot, and then they'd have a match right here, which Nikki would win because... No, Charlotte would win, because Nikki got accidentally hit by Wolf and Killian Dane of Sanity. And last week she said not to let her down, and it appears they've done just that. So things aren't looking good for the future of Sanity. Ali is in the back, typing himself up, because the main event is him teaming with AJ Styles against Randy Orton and Samoa Joe. And then EC3 would come up to him, along with Jeff Hardy, talking about how they had their match last week, no hard feelings, it's not Ali's fault that he lost because he was attacked by Samoa Joe. And he's still willing at one point to give Ali the shot he feels he earned at the US title. And then that's when Rusev and Shinsuke would walk in and laugh because they feel like they should get the title shot since they're the ones who beat EC3 last week. And then we've got an interesting situation arising here with these five gentlemen, as well as Samoa Joe. Main event match does an 81B. Orton and Joe pick up the win because Orton can pin Ali with the RKO. That's all really to say about this match. Just continues the AJ Orton feud. But after it, we get Samoa Joe comes down to the ring. He stays in the ring, because he's already in the match. Orton's left, AJ's gone somewhere, and Joe just decides to beat up Ali after the match because he injured Joe. He took him out of the chamber, and he nearly made him miss WrestleMania. And then EC3 and Jeff Hardy would charge out from the back to try and save him, and then they'd pull Joe off Ali. But then Rusev and Shinsuke would also come out. They even the odds for Joe, take out EC3 and Jeff, and then Joe would put Ali to sleep, with EC3 leaving the US title sprawled out on the floor. And then all the three heels just look up at it and look at the mess they've caused, as we've got a very interesting United States title situation. We end SmackDown with an 86B+. That's actually pretty good considering the main event only did an 81. And I'll pause here and see you for 205 Live. And we're back with 205 Live. We start with a promo from the Cruiserweight Champion. And he says that he's been watching the tournament. He's here now to take a front row seat to see, because the main event is Tyler Bate versus Grand Metalik. And the winner of that match will be at least one of the opponents for Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania. But then Humberto Carrillo interrupts, and he's like, I may have no points right now, but if I pin you in this match up next, then I get a chance at the Cruiserweight title. So they have a match. Murphy picks up the win. So Carrillo, he tried his best. He stepped up to the champ to try and beat him and get himself a WrestleMania title shot. But it didn't end too well for the young upstart. We then get the two people on 1 point each. Cedric defeats Sin Cara and gets himself a 2nd point. And Sin Cara is now out of WrestleMania, it appears. I believe there's only one match left, and that's the main event. Yes, it is. Tyler Bate beats Grand Metalik. Tyler Driver 97 picks himself up with his 3rd point. So Tyler Bate is on his way to WrestleMania. We end the show. Yes, we know it's 205 Live. We don't care about the ratings. And we have the leaderboard here. Got Tyler Bate on 3 points. He's going to WrestleMania. But, interestingly, there's still one episode of 205 Live left to go. And we have Cedric here on 2 points. And if he can pick up the win next week, he also will go to WrestleMania. A very interesting scenario unfolding here. Have to wait till next week on 205 Live to find out. But next time will be the go-home show for Monday Night Raw. See you then.